Hey y'all, welcome back to the Psych Ward. I'm back. Hope you missed me, because I missed you. Let's just get right into the clown show, and you better hang around for the bangers at the end. Now let's go. Where does a waitress with only one leg work? IHOP. What do you call a cow with a Tourette syndrome twitch? Beef jerky. What do you call the top person in charge at Old McDonald's farm? The CIEIO. Why did the skeleton go to the dance by himself? Because he had nobody to go with. Nobody. Why did the old man who used to be a roofer finally go to the doctor? Because he had shingles. Speaking of doctors, I went to a holistic doctor the other day to get a checkup. When he finished, I asked him, "Do you think I have a long and healthy life, doc?" He replied, "I doubt it somehow, my friend, because when I look deep, I see Mercury is in Uranus right now." I said, "Say what?" "Hey, doc, I'm not the kind of person that goes for any of that astrological nonsense now." Doctor replied, "Neither do I. My thermometer just broke off in your butt." A man was walking through the woods when he saw a bear about to charge at him. He turned around and started to book it as fast as he could. But he started thinking, wow, I can't outrun a bear but for so long. So he then started praying, "Dear Lord, I beseech thee, please, oh Lord, please let this bear have a godly mind and think like a Christian." The bear finally caught up to him, knocked him down on the ground, and then the bear fell on his knees and said, "Dear Lord, thank you for this food I'm about to receive." One day, a dude named Joe went to see his homeboy Carl. Joe saw Carl had a big swollen nose, so he said, "Whoa, bro, what happened to your nose?" Carl said, "Hey, cuz, I messed around and sniffed the bee rose." Joe said, "What? Man, you must be delusional right now. There ain't no such thing as a bee in rose." Carl turned to him and said, "There was one in this one." One night, as a couple laid down for bed, the husband started rubbing his wife's arm. The wife turned over and said, "I'm sorry, honey. I have a big, long day tomorrow full of appointments. So let's just get some sleep." The husband then said, "But baby, it won't take but a few quick minutes." Then the wife said, "No, baby, I got way too many appointments to take care of in the morning." The husband then said, "Well, how about if you just go to sleep and I'll handle my business with you while you rest?" The wife then looked at him and said, "Look, honey, I got a gynecologist appointment tomorrow too, and I really want to stay fresh. So let's just go to sleep." The husband felt thoroughly rejected and just turned over all hot and bothered. A few minutes later, he rolled back over and tapped his wife on the shoulder and said, "Hey, baby." The wife said, "What now, Darryl?" Darryl then said, "Well, do you by chance have a dentist appointment tomorrow too?" A group of people were on a chartered boat cruise when it hit a reef and sunk. 2 guys and a very sexy lady survived and swam to a small island where they were stranded for months. Since they didn't have anything to do all day, they just ate coconuts, slept, and had sex all day for months. Eventually, the girl got bitten by a snake and died. The 2 men didn't know what to do with themselves anymore, so they just kept eating coconuts, sleeping, and having sex all day. After a few weeks of sex, they began to feel guilty about what they were doing. So one of the guys finally said, "Hey, bro, I think we gotta let this go and bury this lady." A kid named Jimmy saw that one of his friends always had a stack of money in his pocket. So he asked him what was the secret behind all the cash. His friend Tyrell told him that he made hundreds of dollars every time he spoke to an adult that he knows. Jimmy then said, "Well, what do you say to the adults?" His buddy Tyrell replied, "The secret trick is to tell the adult, 'I know everything.' Then they will simply tell you to keep your mouth shut and hand you a ton of money." So Jimmy said, "Oh, okay." And he went home to talk to his dad. But he was busy in the living room with his partners bragging about how cool he was back in the day. So he went to his mother instead and said, "Mom, I know everything." So his mother told him, "Shut up and don't tell anyone else." She then handed him $1,000. Then Jimmy smiled and went to try the same thing with his auntie. He said, "Auntie, I know everything." His auntie said, "Shh," and told him to keep his mouth shut and not to tell anyone. She then handed him $500. The kid got excited with what he was learning about grown folk, so he went outside to try it on the other adults he knew in the neighborhood. Now the first person he sees is the mailman coming. So the kid says, "Hello, Mr. Mailman. I know everything." Then the mailman said, "Oh, really? Well, come here and give Daddy a hug then." Yep, now Jimmy knows everything. I hope you once again enjoyed this silliness, and I hope you remember where you can find it. Right here on the Video Knife channel. And we're open 24 hours a day. Now click those little secret buttons on the page and you could be on to the next one. If Jimmy keeps talking to the grown folks, he might also finally find out that his auntie's son is really his half-brother.